Our top story this evening, the Republican caucus has gained in size considerably over the last few months, leading to major Democratic caucus envy. Here to discuss, Senator Jim Carroll and senior political analyst Lisa Reed. Senator, we'll start with you. Can you give us some insight as to how Republicans are handling their wide load of support?
Thank you, Dean. We Republicans are extremely fortunate to have enlarged the size of our caucus. Over the last 8 years, I'm sure you remember that our caucus had shrunk considerably, leaving most members of the party shy and embarrassed. But due to the current state of affairs, we have been able to slowly pump back support into our caucus, once again making it strong, firm, and desirable.
Exciting times, Senator. Lisa, would you care to comment?
Well, Jim is absolutely right. As a woman, seeing the size of the Republican caucus is nearly overwhelming, particularly seeing the confidence they have in their members. The girth of the Republican caucus is almost too much to handle and could be a little intimidating to some of our newer voters.
But Lisa, don't be modest. As an analyst for 12 years, you are no stranger to the caucus.
I've had vast experience with the caucus over the years, testing out different size caucuses all over the country. Dean, I was in college.
Dean, if I just may for a moment, I'd like to applaud Miss Reed. It's refreshing to see a woman open herself up to the Republican caucus in just such a manner, especially when she's had so many other political partners. Now, I know it may hurt a little to have such a large caucus penetrating those old political ideals, but it is just that kind of tight support that gets us Republicans excited enough to burst forth our political reform onto the fresh faces of Americans.
Thank you, Senator. We'd love to hear more, but it appears, yes, we are being joined now by First Lady Michelle Obama, who would like to weigh in on the size of her husband's caucus. Welcome, Mrs. Obama.
Oh, please, call me Michelle.
You're very kind. Michelle, what are your thoughts on the diminishing size of the Democratic caucus?
Dean, I've been listening, and let me start by saying what all of you have failed to mention, and that is while Barack may be a Democrat, he continues to have by far the biggest caucus of any political leader on either side of the aisle. I mean, Barack's caucus is unmatched when it comes to its magnitude, girth, and weight. And that's not just because he's black.
That's some firm support from the First Lady. Senator Carroll, would you care to comment?
Well, I haven't seen the president's caucus, but one would assume he is the president, so it would make sense that he would have a large caucus.
Well, I still think you all are missing the point, and that is it's not about the size of the caucus, but how you use it. The motion is what's most important. And at the end of the day, it really doesn't matter if you have a big caucus or a small caucus, just that you're able to use your caucus to stimulate Americans and leave them satisfied.
Thank you, First Lady. We have to take a quick break, and when we come back, we'll display the results of our online poll asking you to guesstimate the size of President Barack Obama's penis. Stay tuned.